Yo guys, what's going on? It is me, Kirby, and today I want to show you this insane damage Mirage build. Now, there's loads of damage Mirage builds you can do. Now, I like this one because I can use it in Steel Path, and it just does a lot of damage. This is just a bit of me. But let's get straight to her abilities. So her passive, a slider lasts 85% longer, and acrobatic maneuvers are 50% faster. So that's just nice to have. You're just nice. You're quick on your feet. The Hall of Mirrors, what is that? 1. Mirage creates an entourage of doppelgangers to confuse and distract the enemy. This also shoots as well, so if you're using AoE weapons, it is 10 times better than using single target weapons. What we are going to be using AoE weapons, we're going to be using the Epita Prime, so we'll go over that build later. Next we have Nourish for that energy multiplier. It's also nicer for the damage, for the viral damage, but it's mainly for that energy multiplier so we get more energy. We have Eclipse on here for the damage increase, also damage reduction is nice, but we're mainly using the damage increase. And last but not least is Prism. This is our 4. This is going to be our damage ability. So it fires an energy prism that shoots lasers in all directions. Activating again detonates the prism, blinding nearby foes. So let's get straight to the build. The first thing we have is Energy Siphon. We have Energy Siphon to sway more energy. We have Prime Short Forward. Yes, I have it here instead of the extra slot because I have not formed this or done anything to it. This has just been an Oracle reactor. Got Prime Short Forward on here. All that so we don't get knocked down, because again we are using the Epita Prime that does blast and can knock us down, so I like to use this so we don't get knocked down. We have Prime Continuity on here for the ability duration, Vision Intensify to increase our 4 damage by 90%, Prime Flow for the energy max, Natural Talent for the caster speed. Highly recommend this because casting Prism takes a long time to actually cast, so highly recommend using it. Streamline for the ability efficiency, Stretch for the range, and then Prism Guard, what I recommend having because it's her augment. This basically follows Mirage. Instead of just shooting it straight, it will then follow you. Now the duration is low, it changes to 4 seconds, but with this build we have 7.2 going up to about 9 seconds because we have Arcane Ice Storm and max rank. Basically on enemy frozen you gain 2% ability strength and 2% ability duration for 15 seconds. Now to get Arcane Ice Storm is very simple. You want to go to Uranus, you want to do this Brutus mission here, was an Ascension. You will get a resource called Vestigial Motes. You can do this on normal as well, so if you don't have Steel Path you can still do it and you can still get Arcane Ice Storm. So very easy mission to do once you get the hang of it. If you need any help with doing these missions, make sure you come down to my Twitch, link is in the description down below. We help new players, we do giveaways, and we just run through our dailies, weeklies, open relics, and just have a fun time, to be honest. So link to that is in the description down below. Same with my Discord. Now, what do you do with these Vestigial Motes? Now, what you want to do is you want to go to Earth, and right here there will be a node called Drifter's Camp. What it is I'm currently in. You basically come out your navigation like this, and you got this little open world bit. And then you want to come all the way over here to Ordis, release Vestigial Motes, and you can buy Arcane Ice Storm right here. Same with a bunch of different arcanes and also jade parts. And for the last arcane we have is Arcane Blessing. Now if you have any recommendations on what else I could put on here, put a comment down below on what I could put in, because at the moment Arcane Blessing is kind of what I like having, because we don't need the energy because our Nourish is very good. We also have Zenora Focus School, so our energy is fine, and as well we are very high duration, so we're not really casting all these 3 abilities a lot. We are literally just casting our 4 a lot, what is killing everything in a matter of seconds, so our energy is completely fine. So we don't need Energize, so I just put on Arcane Blessing because having the health is very nice. Like we have 1500 health at max stacks. It just gives us a bit more survivability. Now for Archon Shards we have is Amber Archon Shards. We have 2 Amber Shards, we have 1 Tile Forge and 1 normal. This just increases our casting speed because you want as much casting speed as possible, because again our 4 takes ages to cast. So we want to have as much casting speed as we can. We have a Crimson Shard for the ability duration. We have a Topaz one. Again, you can change this one. I've had some people in my Twitch said I could use a purple one for energy, but our energy is completely fine. So I'm just going to keep this over for now. What gain 10% ability damage on enemies afflicted by radiation. What our 4 does radiation damage, and also our Epita also does radiation. So they're all going to have radiation, so we're going to get that extra 10% ability damage. And then we also have a red shard on here for the ability duration. So basically you want is casting speed and ability duration. You could go with ability strength if you want to, but we basically got casting speed and ability duration, and you can get a bit of ability strength from there if you want it. So the next thing is the Epita. Doesn't really matter about your melee or your primary, just want a nice AoE secondary. let's get straight to it. We have barrel diffusion, we have pistol pestilence, we have jolt for the electricity to make corrosive, we have scorch for heat to also get rid of armor, sure shot for more status chance, lethal torrent for fire rate multi-shot. Now I do have a ribbon here for multi-shot fire rate, basically just another lethal torrent kinda. And then we have accelerated isotope. Now instead of accelerated isotope, you can use gunslinger. This is what I used to use. But then I thought, actually, I don't really need to use gunslinger as I'm getting extra fire rate. I don't really need that much fire rate. So I use accelerated isotope as I still do gain fire rate, but I also get radiation as well. So I just add another status. And also with the epiter, you also do cold damage. Now it doesn't say on here that we do cold damage, but we do cold damage. So we're going to take this to the simulacrum so I can show you how this build works. So very simple is we just spawn in obviously some enemies. And if you see here, the epiter here, there's a bunch of statuses. We get cold. Obviously they need to be frozen for our arcade ice storm to actually proc, but we need to have 10 stacks. But we basically do a bunch of statuses to them. And if we use our one, we have more AoE. Clicked in and our arcane ice storm is now stacking up, increasing our duration and increasing our ability strength. So once we get our max stacks, what I like to do is I pop my 2, pop my increased damage on for my clips, and then we pop our 4, and then it just basically does damage over time. And then you just basically just run around shooting your epiter because you have prime sure footed, being able to not knock us down. So again, pop your 4, it doesn't do too much damage, but then you afflict it with statuses, and boom, they're dead. That's all you have to do. Now the only downside is, yes, the duration is not as good. But if you literally just keep, popping your 4, the caster speed is nice. Just keep spamming your epiter, it clears them in a matter of seconds. So yeah, the reason why we want to use the eclipse is because the eclipse actually affects the damage of our ability. So if we go to do this again with using the damage reduction, we pop our 4. You see here, we're not even getting into the, well, we are getting to the thousands, but the damage is not as good. So now if we use the eclipse, already the build up is a lot quicker. As you see here, we are doing more damage when eclipse is activated. So obviously we get more ability damage when we have the damage eclipse on. Now when you do have the damage reduction version, is the energy gain is a lot less. As you see here, it's going down quite slow, but it just doesn't do that much damage. So if you're ever really low on energy, you can go into that form compared to going into the damage version. The energy gain is a lot quicker, but we do gain more damage. And obviously we're going to be spamming our epiter while running around. So yeah, if you guys did enjoy this video, make sure you drop a like, comment down below on what build you'd like to see next. And I also do stream on Twitch, so make sure you do drop by. I do giveaways. And we play with viewers, we open relics, we just have a good time really. Make new builds, so if you guys want to help out on these builds, or you want to ask questions or anything like that, because I know a lot of new players have come into the game recently, what I'm very surprised with, because there's a lot of traction on Warframe currently with the new players, and you want some questions, I'm basically streaming on Twitch as much as I play Warframe, so make sure you come down there and ask me them questions. Anyway, see you guys later.